Tim, with Trump banned from Twitter, we don't have the hourly insight into his psyche that we had when he was president. But if he's calling a witness, he's watching and he's worried, right?
Oh, he's desperately worried because Donald Trump is an ignorant man. He is not sophisticated about many things, but he is a lifelong student of celebrity, the power of media, the power of performance art, and the power of TV. And the January 6th hearings are the most effectively staged congressional hearings in our modern history. And they've been pointed, sharp, informative, well-staged, and very, very damaging to Donald Trump. And he is very well aware of that. And I think the reason he's lofted this idea that he's going to run again is precisely to try to deflect attention away from the January 6th committee, raise this idea that if he runs again, he'll have the insulation and the majesty of the White House around him to protect him from some of the consequences of what the January 6th committee is showing everyone in America, which is that Donald Trump was at the top of a criminal conspiracy. And he tried to stage a coup. And the only thing right now that's keeping Donald Trump from being prosecuted, I think, is more steel on the part of the Justice Department and Merrick Garland. And up to this point, Trump has always benefited from this deference, which is understandable, but it's a tradition among law enforcement officials not to aggressively take on the executive branch. But I think what we've learned from the Mueller investigation was that Mueller's deference to the White House took some of the teeth out of what he found in his own investigation. I think the Manhattan District Attorney's Office ended up in this sort of plotting place for similar reasons. And now you have it with Garland. And I think Trump knows that by holding on to the presidency, he continues to raise money, he continues to get attention. And I think he thinks falsely, if prosecutors show some steel, that he can do another end run around the reach of the law and prove to Americans an unfortunate lesson, which is that the presidency is above the law, which it shouldn't be.
And then there's this, Tim, from Puck. January 6 hearings have reinforced his toxicity to some mega donor Republicans, but one top bundler stressed to me that a mass exodus has not yet occurred. So, Tim, do you see a change in the conservative donor and media worlds towards Trump? And the idea that the committee hearings are damaging his 2024 chances, is it more damaging than the fact that he got shellacked in 2020?
Well, we're seeing a lot of evidence in polls, and polls are never bulletproof, as we all well know. Mm-hmm. But independent voters are moving away from him. There's now a more blue tone to some of the midterm possibilities than there were, I think, just months ago. I don't think that's only because of the January 6th committee hearings. I think gun violence and the Dobbs decision overturning Roe v. Wade on abortion rights, reproductive rights are factors in all of this, deep factors in all this as well. And Trump is paying attention to this. The problem is, remember in 2016, Trump effectively consolidated enough of the vote during the primary to keep everyone else running against him at bay. No one else could consolidate the sort of fractured opposition to him in other parts of the party. That could very well happen again. I think we won't really know this until it's road tested, and I think that's why some donors are hesitant to completely flee him. On the other hand, there is ample evidence that voters' minds have changed about him in significant ways, and not just about him, but about the Republican Party. But that's going to be in play, I think, because of the economy and inflation. That is just going to be such a strong determinant of where voters land in all of this. But Trump is scared, and he's doing everything that someone who is scared does. He's trying to run for cover. He's trying to create his own megaphone, and he's spinning a false narrative of his own to, I think, escape the long arm of the law.